Hi, seventh grade. So we're gonna learn today. We're still in the same chapter, so chapter 6. Today we're gonna go over lesson 4. Okay, the title of this lesson is Solve Two-Step Equation. Okay, so our focus for today is to solve two-step equation. Your standards are 7EE4 and 7EE4A. Okay, you only have one vocabulary word, and guess what? It's actually two-step equations. So vocab, two-step equations. Okay, so you have learned how to do one-step equations, which is just PEMDAS, right? PEMDAS backwards or in reverse. So on two-step equations, it's the same idea. So on this, you will have two different operations. Okay, you will solve. Again, we're doing PEMDAS backwards or in reverse. Remember that can be rewind or reverse depending on Uno. So for example, 2x plus 3 equals to 9. This is a two-step equation. It has multiplication, right? This is multiplication. And then this one, that's addition. Okay, so if we're looking at PEMDAS and we're going backwards on it, it has subtraction, which we don't have it. We have addition first. Again, we're doing PEMDAS backwards on reverse. So addition will have to be the first thing that we have to get rid of in this case. Now you remember from lesson 2, I believe, when you have addition, it turns into the opposite, which is subtraction. Okay, so we will have to do that first, and then obviously on lesson 3 you saw multiplication and you have to do division. So let's get right into our examples. Remember, you can always pause the video whenever you need to copy, etc. So example 1. Let's try on the example that we did. 2x plus 3 equals to 9. Okay, so PEMDAS has, again, addition first. So this is our first thing to do. We're doing PEMDAS backwards, okay? So the opposite of addition is subtraction. We're going to subtract whatever is next to that symbol. Okay? And we have to do balance and check. Remember, balance means that anything that you do to the left has to happen to the right side. So if we subtract from the left, positive 3, negative 3, that cancels to 0. You lower your 2x. 9 minus 3, just simply like that, 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay, now, this is your second part, your two-step equation, remember. So the opposite of multiplication, because we have a letter next to a number, variable, and a constant, you have to divide whatever is next to the variable. So the 2 is the one that gets divided. And because it's balance and check, it has to happen to the left and right. So this is gone, leaving you with x. So now you have x. And then 6 divided by 2 is just simply 3. Remember, it is a good idea to check so that way you can be 100% sure. So to check, okay, you will have to plug in the 3 for x instead of x. So 2 times 3 plus 3 equals to 9. That's the question. So if we're doing PEMDAS the correct way, so like how you learn it, it will have to be first multiplication and then the addition. So multiply 2 times 3, which is 6, okay, and then do the addition. 6 plus 3 equals to 9. 9 equals to 9, yes it does. So x is correct, okay. Do another one. Example 2. 2 plus 3x equals to 23. Okay. So on this one, you have your variable and your constant in a different position, right? But it doesn't change anything because you still have multiplication and you still have addition, and this still is a positive number just like it was on the other example. The 3 was positive. So now to get x alone, remember that's always the goal. On this one, we have to do the addition first. Okay, I know that plus is next to a 3x, but the plus is connected to this. This is a 2, a positive 2. So the opposite of positive 2 is just negative 2. Negative 2. That cancels. Okay, leaving you with 3x. 23 minus 2 equals to 21. Okay, same idea. Divide by whatever's next to the constant. I mean the variable. Leaving you with x. X equals to 7. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Again, you don't have to check all the time, but if you just absolutely want to be sure, please do so. So check 2 plus 3 times 7 equals to 23. That's the question. 2 keeps alone. We have to do multiplication just like in regular PEMDAS. 3 times 7 equals to 21. Now it's 21 plus 2, or 2 plus 21, the same thing as 23? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, so I want you to do the following ones on your own at home. Please take all the time that you need. Okay. So for letter A, oh, that's a little too light. For letter A, go ahead and do 2x plus 4 equals to 10. For letter B, do 5 plus 3x equals to 14. And for C, do 5 equals to 2 plus 3x. Okay, go ahead and do that at home. Okay, by now you should have been finished. On this case, you should have subtracted the 4. Or you can take as long as you need, but these are the answers. Please just do it at home on your own and then watch the rest of the video. So you should have subtracted 4. That gives you 6. And then 6 divided by 2 equals to 3. Okay, on this case, you should have subtracted the 5 from the 14. That gives you 9. And 9 divided by 3 equals to 3, positive 3. Okay, on this case, you should have subtracted the 2, giving you 3, and then 3 divided by 3 is just 1, okay? Again, if you need to go back and redo them, please do so. Okay, let's move on to a different skill. So example 3. And I know I'm going fast, kiddos. Please put pause as you need to as you go. And just continue at your own pace. Example 3. What if they throw you negatives? Negative 2y minus 7 equals to 3. Okay? So in this case, remember we're looking at PEMDAS backwards. So we still cannot do division, right? This is division automatically. You should think of that as multiplication. Opposite is division to get y alone. But before we do subtraction, before we have to do the subtraction section. So this is our first section. Okay, that being said, the opposite of negative 7 is positive 7, or as we like to call it, plus 7. You learned that in A-Lab. So now, negative 7, positive 7 cancels each other because negative 7 plus 7 equals to 0. You're left with negative 2y. Please don't forget the negative. That's really important. A lot of people forget that, and that messes up with their signs at the end. 3 plus 7, okay? I know we changed it to positive. Positive means plus. 3 plus 7 equals to 10, okay? Now, we have negative 2 times y equals to 10. The opposite of times is division. If we divide it by the number, by the coefficient in front of the letter, we have to do balance and check. So that means left and right happens. This is gone, leaving you with y. Okay, now a positive divided by a negative is a negative. So if you need our little reminders, I'm going to put right here, reminder. Positive times positive equals to a positive. Negative times a negative equals to a positive. And then negative times a positive equals to a negative. Positive times a negative equals to a negative. Okay? So only when the signs are the same is a positive, and when they're different is a negative. So they're different, right? This is at positive 10. How do we know it's a positive? Those both are positive. Okay, 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, and the negative is because positive, negative. Okay, again, put pause whenever you need to. Take a break whenever you need to. Example 4. Okay, during your last homework, you saw a lot of decimals, a lot of fractions. So let's give you one example that they're going to give you as a homework assignment. What if you have 4 plus 1/5 x equals to negative 1? Okay? So that being said, again, remember you have a number next to a letter. That means multiplication. So as division, it is the last thing we're going to do. Let's focus on this 4. This 4 is a positive 4. The opposite of positive 4 is negative 4. Balance and check. That means that anything that you do to the left has to happen on the right. So negative 4. Okay. This is gone because positive 4 minus 4 is just 0. Leaving you with 1/5 x. Okay. Now, this is really important because you're looking at your signs. Okay. So if you start at your number line, you're at 0, negative 1. Okay, and then negative 1, go down. Remember, negative 4, that means another 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. You will find yourself a negative 5. Okay, they're the same sign, so you add them and keep the sign of, keep the sign. Okay. Now you have a fraction right here. So you're multiplying a fraction times the variable. So you're going to divide that by both sides. That means this is gone, leaving you with x. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and extend over here what is going on. So now you have -5, which is keep, change, flip. Okay, so instead of division is multiplication, and then you flip 1/5 into 5 over 1. Put a 1 under it. Okay, so x equals to -5 times a +5 equals to a -25. And then that will be on top of 1, which simplifies to -25. Okay, you can always check and balance. So, at home, I want you guys to do the following ones. For letter D, -5 plus 4x equals to -13. Okay, for that letter D. For letter E, let's go ahead and do -5x plus 8 equals to -2. And for letter F, -2 plus 2 over 3w equals to 10. Okay, go ahead and work on those at home. I'm just gonna go ahead and go into the answer just for sake of time, but you can always pause it and take as long as you need to solve it, please. So on D, you have to focus first on the constant, right? The number alone. So this is a -5, so you will have to do +5, +5, okay? So that's gone. Now you have 4x equals to -13 plus 5. So they're opposite signs, so you subtract and you keep the sign of the bigger number. So you subtract 5 from 13, which gives you 8, and then you keep the sign of the bigger number, which is negative. Okay, now you have 4x equals to -8. You divide by 4, leaving you with x equals to -8 divided by 4 equals to -2. Okay, now over here, you have your constant over here. So then plus 8 will have to be -8 or -8 to both sides. Gone, leaving you with -5x equals to -2, -8. They're both the same sign, so you add. So 2 plus 8 equals to 10, and you keep the sign. Both of them are negative. Okay, now you have multiplication, so the opposite is division. And again, I'm sorry I'm going fast. You can always go back and review these steps. So leaving you with x, negative divided by a negative equals to a positive. So now I know that the answer is just going to be positive. So 10 divided by 5 equals to 2, positive 2. Okay, for F. So you have -2 because we cannot work on this yet until we do PEMDAS backwards. So the first one is subtraction / addition. The opposite of -2 is +2. So +2, okay? Leaving you with 2 over 3w equals to 10 plus 2. So 10 plus 2 is just 12. And then you divide by 2/3. Okay, when you do this, remember you keep, you change, and you flip. So we keep 12. You just put a 1 under it. Multiplication. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, kiddos. 2/3 becomes 3 over 2. Okay, so you just multiply this way. 12 times 3 equals to 36. 1 times 2 equals to 2. So W will equal to 2 goes into 36. 18 times. Sorry, that took me a little bit. Okay, so those should have been your answers for those. Okay. Like always, you have word problems. Please do the got it. So do got it. Sorry, kids, I didn't give you a got it. Read on 472 example 5. Okay? Awesome. You guys have a good day.